Hey guys, Sean Calvetti here at D20 Play Cafe. Just working on through some of the binders, getting things sorted out, getting them nice and pretty for our customers. And thought it'd be a good time maybe make a video. So, as far as the star goes, everything's been doing good. We're selling a little bit here and there. The big winners, of course, are Magic and Pokemon. The other stuff does alright, but it's nothing great. Lorcana was our first event. Took off pretty good. We did a crack, shuffle, play kind of thing. Taught some new people how to play. That was a lot of fun. Tomorrow is going to be our Pokemon tournament. It'll be our first one. I have a deck prepared, but 2 cards haven't come in, so I kind of don't have everything. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to run that. I mean, ideally, obviously, we would like to play and compete and win prizes too, but we're the store, right? You don't do that. So, I think maybe I'll just throw in some dud cards and we'll just enter if we have to, if we don't have enough participants. Price changes went pretty good this week. We only did like 83 price increases, but everything's up across the board. Magic, Pokemon, Lorcana. The new set of One Piece went down on us pretty hard, which is fine. It's not going to hurt us none. I kind of wish that it didn't drop so far, but it'll come back up. Everything in One Piece is going to be pretty good. A lot of people are kind of starting to see how well that IP is going to do. Some of the biggest price increases we had this week were the Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon VMAX Evolution boxes from way back in the day. They jumped almost $40 or $50 a pop. The collector boxes aren't doing too bad. Of course, the new Lord of the Ring one, the special edition, summer edition, that one dropped by quite a bit, but that was to be expected. $12,000 overnight was a ridiculous climb for that thing. It'll get there eventually, you know, naturally, but right away, no, that's crazy. That's too much. But we're doing pretty good today. We had a lot of people in, a lot of people come in to play. We were fairly busy all the way through. We would like to make a little bit more money per day, but we're still new enough that people are still trying to get the word out, see where we're at, which is fine. I'm good with that. The newsletter is doing pretty good. A lot of people are enjoying that. We have a hidden dice icon on there, and then we take everybody's names for the people that text us and tell us where it's at, throw them in for a raffle, and then the winner gets a free pack of cards of $10 value or less. So that's always nice. Other than that, tomorrow morning we're going to have our game day with our landlord. Nice guy. Love playing with him. It's kind of nice that we kind of get to dedicate some time just to playing instead of work all the time. Because I'll tell you what, running a game store ain't easy. It's crazy busy. Every day. As soon as I wake up, throw some clothes on, brush my comb across my beard, I head on down to the shop, and I'm down here until it's time to go to my day job. Then I go off and go teach for the day, and then after work, I'm working on cards again. All my weekends, down here working away. Either cleaning systems, price checking cards, sealed product, taking the binders and moving them all down so they're nice and neat and orderly. It takes a lot of time to organize everything, but I think it's well worth it. And a lot of card shops that I've been to don't do that. They just kind of throw everything together and it's mishmash and you get what you get, and if you find what you want, cool. If you don't, well, maybe it's in there somewhere. Track again. But we do everything alphabetized by set. We condition all the cards. We only put 2 of each card in a binder so it's not overloaded with the same thing over and over again. And then every once in a while I'll go through and check through the back stock and refill holes and start rearranging everything down so that way there aren't any holes left. It looks nice. People appreciate that kind of thing, but it takes a lot of time and effort. When we were doing the card shows, we used to make just all kinds of people happy. They would line up to come see us. We would have 8 across the tables, and then we'd have 8 behind those, and we'd still have 2 or 3 behind those guys. Everybody wanting to come through and see our binders because we had all the old stuff. It was all priced. It's all conditioned. And more importantly, it's all organized. Actually had a couple of people come in from the old car show days. They followed us on Facebook or social media. And it was kind of nice getting to see them again. They came down, see the shop, say hi to us. Kind of like meeting old friends. Had a lot of dice orders come in. We're getting a lot of really cool ones in at a pretty decent price. Oh, distribution. So we got approved for our new distributor, right? Check this out. So we got a new distributor. It's our second one. Our first one, it's been great. They told us that we can't order Pokemon. We're too new, blah, 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 blah. You know all that stuff, which is fine. I get that. But they had a lot of board games. They had Pathfinder stuff. They had dice. So we were able to order quite a bit that we didn't already have because the store is pretty well stocked on shiny cardboard. It was the other game store stuff that we needed. So we get this new distributor. They don't have nothing. They don't have shiny cardboard. They don't have board games. They don't have toys. They don't have books. They don't have anything. They got dice, which is nice, but we already had dice. But I was kind of hoping to get in and maybe a couple of boxes of Lorcana or One Piece or Magic even. Like I heard that Magic isn't so bad on distributor sides, but it's crazy. They don't have anything. And what they do have is above market pricing. For instance, it was Avatar, The Last Airbender. They had some of that, right? But it's 140, 150, 160, whatever it was. But I could buy it offline for 110. Like, why? Why would I ever buy at a higher price than just going off on my own and buying it from the third market? I've been doing that for years now. I'm really good at it. I can find a lot of really cool deals, and then I throw it in the shop, make my little margins, and I call it a day. I don't understand the distribution thing. I was so excited to get it, but it's really not worth it. Now, obviously, we need it for the pre-release events. We need it for the Pokemon League. I'm not sure if the Wizards Play Network sends us cool stuff like lanyards and stuff, but if it does, that'd be cool too. But we want to get officiated and get all these other events going, which we've pretty much done. But if we're not able to buy anything from distribution, what's the point? Card store doesn't run on just sales. A card store runs on events. You gotta have butts and seats. If you don't have people coming in, buying and selling and playing, you're not gonna have a store very long. So we've really been pushing the events. Next week, we're going to have our Commander League. We took the idea from Rogue Deck Builder, Rogue Deck Games. It's another YouTube channel, and I reached out to him and asked some questions about how to run it. Very kindly, he told me how to do it, and so we're going to try our first attempt. We're doing Tarkir Dragonstorm. It's going to be a lot of fun. So the idea is that you buy a booster box from us, and you can either open it up by yourself or split it with somebody else, and you build your Commander deck out of that booster box. The commander has to come from that set, and then to start with, you're allowed up to 4 copies of every card, just like you would on standard. After you get 5 additional booster packs that you've purchased and added to your pool, you reduce that card count by 1. So after 5 packs, you're allowed 3 copies of a card. After 10 packs, you're allowed 2 copies in a card. And after 15 packs, you should be down to a singleton format. So if you're in a commander game and you win that pod, you'll get 3 wins, 0 losses, and that'll be your tally. If you're the loser of that pod, your first one out, you get 3 loss points and 0 win points. And then of course in between, depends on how many people were out before you got the boot, right? So if you get 10 win points, I have a box of rares and mythics, and you'll basically pick one at random from in there. I'm thinking about doing it by the color of your deck. Make it easy, make it actually worth your while. And if you get 3 loss points, which is really easy to get, basically if you lose a game, you got the points you need to do. And then you come up and you buy a booster pack and add that pack to your pool of cards. So you get to play with this deck over 8 weeks with, as many games as you wish. and it really allows you to get the full experience of that set. You get to try out all the different mechanics, you get to try out all the fun things it has to offer, you change your deck at any time, do anything you want with it, any kind of modifications, so long as it comes from that pool of cards that you're working with. So after 8 weeks, I think we'll take a break for a couple of weeks and let things cool down, and after that it'll be time to move on to the next one. And we just bought our boxes for it, found a great deal out of Canada. I told you, I know where to look, but we bought like 40 boxes of Bloomborough. Bloomborough is going to hit hard. People are going to love it. I can already tell it's going to be a great outcome. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I picked them up, I think it was 145 a box or something like that. They're going online for 150, 160. So 145 on bulk buy, pretty good. I'll take that. No tax. Shipping was included with import, export, taxes, tariffs, fees. But in 8 weeks' time, I suspect Bloomborough is probably going to be a $200 box. So if I buy at 140, 150, and I sell it for 200, I make my margins pretty good. Shouldn't be a problem. Because Bloomborough hasn't seen a reprint, and if history repeats itself, it's not going to, because WotC's been terrible about reprinting anything. I mean, look at Foundations. It's supposed to be standard for X number of years. We haven't seen anything after the first release wave. So that's the way it's going to be. But just wanted to hop in, say hi real quick. It's kind of just working through, and that'd be a good time. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay tuned to our videos. We're going to post pretty regularly. I'll let you know how it goes with the new game store. For those that don't know, we are 7 weeks into our game store now, so we're pretty new. We did card shows for 8-9 months, and before that I was selling on TCG Player for a few years. Did fairly well on there. We had 100,000 cards on TCG Player by the end of it. We took most of them off now, just so people will actually have boxes to go through at the store instead of just the binders. And besides, they weren't selling super well on TCG Player anyways, not at the prices I was charging, because I had to get a certain amount of money to make the shipping right. And talking about shipping charges, oh my man, they just keep going up. The United States Postal Services just announced that they're going to increase prices again by, what was it, like 15-20%? It's crazy. Like, what? You're shitting me. So yeah, I'm pretty much closing out most of my eBay listings, because I always used to do everything by free shipping. Figured I'd eat it, and it was fine. But man, I can't do it anymore. I know I could do that pricing where it prices it in for the customer and then they pay it, but it just seems like a lot of work, especially on items that haven't been selling anyways. Maybe it's time to clean up the dead pile a little bit and be more selective on what I list. But yeah, keep in touch. We'll see you guys all around. Thanks for watching. Bye.